Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here in Houston, and we have just finished our diversity session, and I am delighted to introduce one of our guests, Casey Cooper.
Thank you.
Yeah, so great to have you here. She is the founder of the Compass Circle. She is heavily involved in the trucking industry and is an inspiration to so many people, and really works to give back to her community. And so happy to get a few minutes to talk to you right now.
Yes.
First, give us a little synopsis of the Compass Circle. What's that all about?
So the Compass Circle was started because I, as a young, aspiring entrepreneur, would come to events such as this, other meet and greets, and it's a little intimidating to have to, come so young in your career and make all these relationships. So the Compass Circle was started to actually help women-owned and minority companies just scale through opportunities such as this, government contracts, certifications, really to get them to that next level, to get the opportunities they all desire.
Absolutely. All right, so during the session you told us a bit about a big contract, one of your first big contracts.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to share that
Absolutely.
with more people.
So I'm a native of Virginia. I reached out to my local port, Port of Virginia, this is, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I just went forward. I emailed the person who was in charge of Breakbulk. His name's Dave Harris. He's not there anymore, but I just conjured a relationship with him, and I explained what my interests were. A couple of months ago, not months ago, sorry, but months after that, a project came up, and he needed a carrier in the area who was, quick and responsive, and lo and behold, it was me. That job was one of the largest jobs, in the country. We put together a power plant, and I was able to haul in all of the big beams, the big wide loads. 25-foot wide loads. Could you imagine little old me? I have my escorts license, so I was escorting the freight also. I have my Twix license, so I was, getting it off the port, and I would escort it to the power plant, and we would drop it off and go do it again. That project was like my first, real taste of success in this industry. And so since then, I've gone on to teach others how to do the same. And this is a real full circle moment to be here. So thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. We're delighted that you're here. So what advice can you give others who want to take a bigger role in their company, who want to be seen as someone who's knowledgeable, persuasive? How do you get there?
Well, I have something that's called the 3 Ps. I try to keep things very simple. So the 3 Ps are going to be your presentation, your paperwork, and the performance. The presentation is there. You're like 70% of the way there, Seeing is believing. You will also want to make sure that you have all the proper documents, have your paperwork together, any certifications that just show that you're, solidifiable in that industry. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you're able to perform. Nobody wants to give somebody a chance and then you just drop the ball. So you have to mobilize, strategize, make sure you have the manpower before you go seeking these opportunities, so that when you seek them, you'll be able to knock that ball right out of the park.
I love that. So for those who are afraid to take that next step, what can you tell them?
Well, here's the thing. If you sit there afraid, you're just going to sit there afraid. Fear is a feeling, but unfortunately, it's not going to help you do anything. So you really just have to face that fear. You got to grab that bull by the horns and say, look, today I'm riding you. Whether I fall off or whether I get back up, this is what's happening. And worst case scenario, you'll be in the same position that you already are. Worst thing a person can tell you is no. So it might take a couple no's, but a lot of times you'd be surprised if you have the 3 Ps together. You can get a yes right out of the bat. It's 2021. People are looking for carriers and things to get things where they need to be without any incident. So if you really can perform, you have the paperwork together, you have the presentation, stick your chest out and go for it.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right.